got out of the shower and I thought I would sit for a minute and just catch up, because I don't actually know where I've got to on here of what's been going on, but it has been a week since our wedding and I'm still so wiped from it. I don't know, I mean I was expecting this, but I didn't think it'd be a week long of like just solid not being able to do anything. Am I that pale or is the lighting really weird? Yeah, I don't know how up to speed I am on here, but I have AVN, which is necrosis, and so far we know it's in so far we know that it's in both of my hips, and I've been very fortunate to not really feel pain from it at the moment. However, you know, your wedding is one day of your life and it is the best day of your life, so I just kind of ignored everything and yeah, have experienced pain for the first time with it, and it's only just starting to ease up, but I cannot complain. You know what I mean? What a wonderful day it was, honestly. I won't get too much into it because I will start crying again. Is it normal to be this emotional? Like, all week I've been crying about it because it's been so amazing to think about. So that was a really fun moment in our lives, and we did a lot of like DIY and crafts for it, which I filmed every step of the way, and I am planning on compiling it into one like big video, so you will see at some point once I've got it all together kind of everything that we actually did for it. It was so much fun. Basically, I've been kind of analysing to myself the content that I have been creating and that I want to create, and because I find it so much fun, but at the same time, like, I give myself pressure when there's literally no pressure at all. And I've really been thinking about the people that inspire me and like the creators that I watch, and a lot of it is very like slow paced and like, you know, slow lifestyle, and I feel like at the moment that is what I'm living, because I'm trying to push myself a little bit every day to establish some sort of routine, but then at the same time I can't push myself too far. It's slowly learning that balance, and I feel like that's quite an interesting thing to document because it's fun to vlog, but at the same time I'm like showing that almost a year out of cancer treatment, this is completely normal, and if anything I am doing too much and it maybe might chill me out a little bit. But I feel like in the world of content that's out there at the moment, a lot of it is very clickbaity and fast paced, and one of the YouTubers that I really enjoy, Skya, I think her name is, was talking about this, and it just kind of struck me that if I want to do this as a hobby, I shouldn't feel like I'm performing, you know what I mean? So I'm just gonna share what actually happens and not feel like I have to speak all the time. Yeah, I just thought it might be an interesting thing to try out, and of course the craft and hobby side of things is what I actually enjoy, but again I feel like I've been performing with that a lot, and this isn't just because of a cancer thing, this is something I've felt since I've left uni. I feel like I haven't actually enjoyed art and creating things wholeheartedly since the first year of A level, which then I got so excited and put all my eggs into one basket that I disregarded my other A levels and had to leave and do a BTEC because I just loved art. Like, art consumed me every day. I was so excited about it. And then since then I just felt like I'd rushed through everything just to get things out, because one thing I started to really not enjoy was that to create art you had to also have a social media presence, and you had to big yourself up a lot, and you couldn't just be organic with it anymore, if that makes any sense. I don't know. I am planning on speaking about this more in a video because I have the biggest itch to scratch with a painting. I've had this painting in mind, I want to say since January, and I haven't painted in a long time because when I was diagnosed I had to give up my studio space, and I say had to. I could have kept it, but I chose to because obviously you've got to be careful with germs and paint. I was oil painting at the time, and that's not a very safe medium to work with as it is. So I literally gave up my space, and basically I have nothing. I have no paint, not even a single brush. Actually, that's a lie. I have watercolours, and I don't really like watercolours. In my head, I would love for this painting to be an oil painting, but I can't oil paint anymore because of the fumes. So maybe I will buy some acrylics in this video and actually stop. I will actually stop just thinking about it and go for it, but we'll see. I also need to do some adult things and go to the bank because my name has changed and they need to see proof of that. My hair now is at such an awkward length and I don't want to keep putting loads of product in it every day, so this is it. Like, I washed it a day ago and put a bit of oil in. I used the pure jojoba oil. So if it looks greasy, it's not, it's just oil. But yeah, it's at such a weird length. I don't know what to do with it. I look like Prince Charming from Shrek. Another thing that I hear about content recently is that it's always like this pressure to grind and like work really hard, and sometimes for some people that just isn't feasible. It's actually really hard to do that, and then you feel the pressure of everyone else is doing it, why can I not? I really want to get my hair dyed, and I don't know whether to do highlights and just have blonde hair, or I really like that sort of calico cat hairstyle where it's like big chunks of blonde and ginger and black. I think that looks so cool, and I was thinking maybe with short and curly hair it might look cool. I don't know. I'm gonna sit on it for a little bit because obviously it's a big commitment, and going to a salon and not actually doing it yourself costs a lot of money. So we shall see. I'm also trying to get back into my glasses because I have been prescribed these for over a year and don't wear them, but chemo has really messed up my vision. I mean, it was messed up anyway because I just stopped wearing my glasses, but I really need to get back into wearing them. I just don't feel like these suit me. And also, you know, that like new glasses feeling where you're a bit dizzy. I don't like it. Anyway, let's go. I am not being funny. We have been waiting for rain for so long, and it absolutely downpours the second I set foot off the tram. Oh my gosh, everything is sodden. I think I actually might have to get a shower. Not that there's any point because I'm absolutely dripping wet. Like, my eyelashes are all stuck together. I'm soaked. It's so nice though. It's nice to see rain again after so long. I don't think I've got an ounce of skincare left on my face. Oh gosh. Sodden. I don't even know where to start. But that was a very unsuccessful bank trip. They can't change my name because the marriage certificate doesn't actually have my new name on it, which is weird. And my passport is expired and my driver's license has the wrong address. It has my old address back home. I need to just get a new passport, basically. I'll finally get round to showing you what I got from the art shop. So to start with, this is the canvas I've gone for. It's 1 metre by 1 metre. And honestly, it was like meant to be because I envisioned this painting to be on a large scale, but because canvases this size are normally upwards of 50 quid, especially for a deep edge one, which I really wanted it to be, I just thought, oh, I can't afford it, but it is what it is. I'll get like a small square one. Tell me why that was £19. £18.75. Could not believe it, on sale. So I think it was 70% off. So I thought, well, it's meant to be. I got the Winsor & Newton professional acrylics, which I remember using these when I worked at the shop, and they are quite buttery. Like, they're a bit thick, like more thicker like heavy body than, even though it doesn't specifically say the heavy body acrylics, but it does feel that way. And I really want to play into the thick textural like brush strokes. Then I had to rebuy brushes because I got rid of all my brushes with oil paint. So I got some of these, which I really like, the Pro Art ones. These just for like priming and big background space, and then a fluffy one to do some blending with. Then we have a big tub of gesso, which this is triple primed, and I got it because my idea was, even though I'm gonna do like a wash of bright pink, or as bright pink as I can get, I want to see if I can use the gesso in layers to kind of, you know that technique where you have barely any paint and like you kind of scribble and it makes that scratchy feeling? Kind of want to do that, but see if I can get the brush strokes to dry in it, so then when I come to paint on top of it, there's like a texture pattern already there. Does this make any sense? I don't know. I haven't painted in a long time. I don't know if that will work, but I can try. And then I just got some System 3 like standard acrylics, just because this is a lot of space to work with. And yeah, this is going to be like the underpaint colour, and then this is going to be the blue that I go over the top with, and then maybe mix in some brighter blues. So that is my plan, and the painting that I do want to create is this little sketch here. There is a big magnolia tree at the hospital in the garden, and it's beautiful, and I remember finding out I was in remission and sitting underneath that tree looking up at it, and was like, wow, this just feels like a new beginning completely. And yeah, it was just unreal feeling. So I always had in my head that I wanted to do this painting or something of magnolia trees, and since March it stuck with me, and I've got to the point now where I'm like, I really want to do it. This feels like the right time. So yeah, that is the plan, and I think I might just prime it for now with the gesso and let that fully dry before I attempt to do any painting. But kind of want to film that for a separate video, I think, and speak over it and kind of go into detail about my experience and why I want to restart painting and what it means to me. So that will probably be a separate video. I'm going to make this my like painting overalls now. So it is Kai's top. Sorry. But I've just done the first layer of gesso, so I'll show you how it looks. I've no idea if that's showing up. I've tried to like keep brush strokes in it because I want like these lines to show up through the paint that's going to go on top. Like, I want to work heavy-handed basically. This is not showing up at all on the screen of the camera, so I wonder if it will on the computer, but I'm happy with that. I'm going to let that dry completely, do another layer of it, potentially a third, before I do the underpainting. And then once the underpainting's done, I'm probably going to like sit on the floor somewhere and do the painting, because I cannot stand up that long trying to do that. Like, thankfully that only took 10 minutes. Like, even though I've just done a layer of gesso and that's it, that was so fun. And yeah, I just really want to like listen to music, get in the zone, and like proper just sit and paint all day, because let's be real, I need to get off my phone. All I do is doom scroll, so this is probably a very healthy way of getting out of that habit. Whatever the back looks like is not my business. Just about to head to the gym for the first time in a while because it has been recommended for me to do static cycling for my hips. So that's what we're going to do. But because I have no muscle or cushioning at all, I'm having to borrow Kai's cycling shorts, which look like you've got the biggest pad on known to man. So I'm gonna... Oh my god, what was that noise?
Quiet behind you.
You just scared the life out of me. I really don't know. I thought the ceiling was crumbling. Oh my god, what bird was that? Did you see that? Whoa. Anyway, too much is going on. I'm going to carry them with me instead of walking in them because it looks like I've done a number 2 in my pants. These are my running shoes as well, running shoes. I've had them since I was 16, so over 10 years. I think by the condition of them you can tell how little exercise I actually do and used to do. They're still comfy, they're still cushion. I know that like running shoes sometimes have a lifespan on them, but I think they're fine for now. Utah?
Utah.
Wait, it doesn't say what distance I did. I thought I did 2k.
You did?
Oh, so it's 2k.
No, I didn't show mine either.
Oh, that's annoying. Well, 2k in 10 minutes, 30 seconds. I don't think that's that bad.
Spider crab.
Can't balance it. Do you need a mat? Can't really mix it.
Tasty.
I'm just about to make some cookies. I'm going to do them vegan and they are as a thank you for our wedding venue. Just a little something because honestly they were amazing. So I use the Flora salted. I never get unsalted butter for cookies. I just don't think it's a thing. Like salt adds to it. So I use these, and for vegan butter, like it's so good because it doesn't feel like oily like Marge, and it actually holds the shape when you do cookies, so they are really good. I haven't baked in so long. I actually missed my little baking setup. I'm going to do 2 different flavours. I'm going to do like a funfetti type with the Get Baked sprinkles. These are gluten-free, vegan, and they have like the E numbers in that actual American sprinkles do, so they hold their colour. And then I'm going to do dark chocolate and sea salt with like molten sea salt on the top. The recipe that I use is from Toast with Hope. Don't know if she made the recipe or she got it from somewhere else, but it's kind of simple. I will add it on screen as I'm like going. Now I need to roll them into balls and put them on a tray in the fridge. 6, 7, 8. It's time for the cookies to go in. They've been chilling in the fridge for half an hour. And then I'm just going to bake them for 12 to 14 minutes on 170 fan. There we go. I think the cookies are done, and you kind of want them to be squishy because you can use a cookie cutter to like shake it into the shape. And while they're still quite hot, I'm going to put the salt on top, which I hope they're not too hot that it doesn't melt, because I kind of want the effect of the crystals still. Yeah, I'm gonna say they're done. Oh, they smell so nice. Just gonna wait for them to cool down, but they look so good. With cookies, it's always good to leave them on the tray to cool for majority of the time, because it kind of still cooks the underneath whilst it's on the tray, so it does kind of look raw, but it's not. It's been in there for 12 minutes. So that's the first batch, and hopefully I'll get round to doing the second batch this evening, but I will keep you updated. I learnt this morning not to put the mirror in the direction of the camera because it focused entirely on the mirror last time. I didn't realise today would be such a nice day. It's really sunny, and I haven't picked up the camera in a few days. I don't actually know how many days. It's been a while, it feels like. But I did end up doing a second coat of gesso on the canvas, and I've decided it's where I want it. I don't want to do a third one. So the only issue is the pink paint that I bought purposely to do the background, it's not giving. Like, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking it's not popping enough, so I really want to get a fluorescent pink acrylic to do the underpainting with. So we're gonna head out again to the art shop. I'm very tired. I got up really late this morning. Like, I'm saying this morning, it's 1 p.m. My hay fever's really bad today as well, so it's probably not a good idea to go walking, but I need some fresh air. I'm feeling a bit, cooped up at the moment, so let's go ahead and get some paint.
It's going down.
I've been home for a little while and just had lunch, but before I end this video, I thought I'd show you how the gesso is looking. Again, I don't know if you can see that, but there are like drip marks and kind of like big thick smears, but because I've done so many drips, I don't want to go overboard. But I think that, oh my god, I'm literally just looking at a blank white square. Please say that this is showing up, otherwise I look really silly. But oh yeah, you can kind of see here there's different textures. So yeah, next plan is to do the underpainting, which, if I can find it, I went for the soft body acrylic because soft body is a lot thinner than heavy body, and I thought it would be easier to water down because I'm not buying, what's it called? What is it called? The stuff that thins down acrylic paint, what is it called? Anyway, there's a liquid medium that you can buy that turns it thin but keeps the opacity. But I don't want to buy that because I like thick paint. So if I'm going to buy any medium, I'd want to buy a thick medium. I've gone for soft body. I'm just going to risk trying to water it down. And then we'll have a fluorescent base. But yeah, that's that. And what else was I going to say? I really can't remember what else I was going to say. But if you have made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I hope it was somewhat entertaining. And thank you for spending a few days with me. This felt really fun, and whilst I've been editing it, I've actually been enjoying editing it. It was like the London vlog, like that was so much fun. And I don't know, even though this has been like a chilled, however long it's been that I've been filming this, it was nice to put together into a video, so I hope that translates well. And yeah, if you've made it this far, I hope it was somewhat entertaining, but I will hopefully see you soon.